You know I love you.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 149 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-hosts Nick Dearies and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream tonight. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms.
Go ahead. Have it. Go ahead.
Nick, turn your volume
Go
down.
ahead. Have a field day. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's your. Go ahead.
Just turn your volume off.
I did. I'm sorry.
Got to work on that.
I do, bro.
We're
It's
149
really
episodes in.
I know.
For 148 of them, you've had on your volume.
I'm a creature of habit.
It's all right, bro. It's okay. I forgive you. Empathy.
Oh, I like that. I like that, yo.
All right, let's get right into it with our NFL talk tonight.
Let's get into the shits.
Philly, hit me.
Let's get into the shits, baby. Oh, yeah.
All right. So Adam Thielen signs with the Panthers. The reason for him signing with the Panthers was he went on Pat McAfee and he said that he believes they could win the Super Bowl. He must have been dreaming when he said that. Or he was on DMT, one of those hallucinogenic drugs. Strong shit.
Why do you say that? What if he believes in his team?
Oh my God. There's also a thing called reality. You can believe in your team and also be realistic.
Well, were the free agents that signed with the Bengals when they went to the Super Bowl, were they realistic?
What free agents signed with the Bengals? What? Wait. Are you talking about last year?
No, when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they weren't on there talking like that.
Well, I know, but the thinking is even when you sign with a team, you can win the Super Bowl.
Of course.
What are you going to say? Oh, yeah, I signed here because I got the bag. No, he thinks, well, fuck that. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
We have a good opportunity here. I like my coaching staff. I like the surrounding players around me. You don't go on there and say that they're going to win the Super Bowl. The Panthers have zero chance.
He didn't say we're going to win the Super Bowl. He said we have a good chance. That's not. I mean, look, he's instilling confidence into his team.
I get it.
I don't hate it. Is he right about it? Are the Panthers going to win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl? No, hell no. But I don't hate the quote.
No, look, I get it. You believe in your team, you believe in your coach, and you want to believe in the organization. It was just when he said it, I was just kind of looking at him and I'm like, really? You don't believe that? You
don't think he believes that?
No.
I got to be honest with you. I don't think he does.
You lost your two best skill players last year. Not for nothing, but if Adam Thielen was anything special, Minnesota wouldn't let him go. Minnesota's coming off a great season. And now they're going there, and Adam Thielen's going to be the one with Shea Smith. And I can't even think of the other guy's name.
Chenault.
That's it.
And they got, what's his name? Terrace Marshall Jr.?
Mid.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get a rookie quarterback, Stroud or Young or Anthony Richardson.
They're going to get Young.
Now, Miles Sanders, I think, is a good addition. I actually really like that spot for Miles Sanders. I think he'll do good there, especially with Foreman back there, too.
Foreman's out.
Not Foreman. Who's the other one?
Foreman's out.
Who's the other one?
What's his name? Hubbard. Yeah.
So,
I mean, Hubbard and Sanders kind of remind me of the same player, skill set wise.
Yeah, kind of to a degree.
So,
but I think Hubbard would take more of the Gainwell role.
So I think they're missing a big back.
Do you think Hubbard will be the Gainwell role, just a spot back?
Probably. Will Miles Sanders like that? Probably not.
Probably not. But he
got paid.
He got paid.
So
but he didn't get paid that much. He's only making $6 million a year, I think.
Dude, I told you the running back market was.
Yeah, you were dead right on that.
Really low, man. And I thought 10 million was low, but that's exactly where they're going.
Well, here's the thing. I think with everything that happened with Zeke, I think it's damn near impossible for a running back to get any big lucrative contract. Now that remains to be seen because of Eckler. With Eckler saying that he's unhappy and he's really underpaid and he wants to be paid more. And Eckler should get paid more. I agree. Even though last year to start out the year through like the first 5 or 6 games, I think everyone was confused at his usage, especially fantasy owners, because he was legitimately splitting time with Sony Michel and Larry Roundtree, or not Roundtree.
And Joshua Kelly.
Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think like Austin Eckler is somebody you should pay.
No doubt about it. I mean, the guy's going to get you 20 touchdowns. He's going to get you 100 catches if you throw him the ball. He's awesome. He's everything you want in a running back. I don't understand why nobody would want to pay him like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way with him. But going back to Miles Sanders, that market, I really overvalued it because I thought that Josh Jacobs, if he wasn't franchise tagged, he was going to try to get $15 million. But I don't think a running back will get that for years.
No.
I just don't see it because
unless you got like an Adrian Peterson type of cat,
correct.
or you got a Derrick Henry. Like Derrick Henry makes pretty good money.
He deserved it.
Yes,
but he is the entire team. When you're running the ball 30 times a game and you have no wide receivers, like I get that. He is your whole team.
I personally think he's underpaid.
Absolutely.
Because if wide receivers are getting $20+ million a year and they're just one position and their position's actually dependent on the quarterback, then a running back like Derrick Henry is really underpaid.
And the thing is with Derrick Henry is he catches passes too. Not a lot, but he is
not as much.
He's caught more.
Yeah, but not as much as you would like to see.
No, I actually think they need to evolve.
In my opinion, I actually kind of think it kind of does him a service in a good way because it leaves more tread on the tires for him. Because
even so, he's still running the ball 25, 30 times a game.
Well, he doesn't look
like
he catches and he runs the ball for 25, 30 times, you're going to be a lot more wear and tear on the tire. Whereas if you have a running back that can catch passes and he's faster in terms of route running ability and can get open quicker, then yeah, you want somebody on as backing him up like that.
Agreed.
Personally, that's how I would do it.
Yeah. And now, so going back to the Panthers, realistically, what do you think the Panthers could actually, how many games do you actually think they could win this year? Because I don't think they could win more than 5 or 6.
Well,
and I think if they won 5 games with a rookie QB, I think that would be a successful season.
I think their defense is pretty good. I think their defense can keep them in the games. If they can run the football effectively, if they can, chew up the clock, play good defense, and score, 20, 23 points, I think they could be pretty all right. They could be pretty good.
I don't think they can score that many points, though.
Maybe not.
They don't have, they legitimately got rid of their 2 best skill players. And is Thielen really the wide receiver 1?
I doubt
he was kind of effective as a 2.
I doubt it, but who's to say they're done making moves at the wide receiver position too? Because like when you sign Adam Thielen, you're thinking he's going to be a slot receiver or a wide receiver too.
But who can they get where they don't have to trade because they can't really trade anything?
Well, that's true. They got rid of it.
That's what I'm saying for one of the quarterbacks. And like that's cool because again, if they get the right quarterback, the picks don't matter.
Or there's something big in the works that we don't know about because if Adam Thielen's talking like that, then maybe they got something cooking.
I doubt it. I don't even know how they could. Because again, why would you? I don't know. Maybe the Texans bite, but the Texans have a lot from the Browns, so maybe the Texans are in there, but I doubt it because you don't see anything linking the Panthers to Young, and everything is linking the Texans to Young. So I don't really know how they go from there, to be honest.
I don't either.
But all right, now Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an MVP and a superstar player like this, have this be this confusing in the open market?
No, but it's the perfect storm for him, though. If you think about it, like we talked about this, man. Like he's been hurt the last 2 years. He wants a guaranteed contract. It's not going to happen. Teams are not willing to do that. They're just not. And, there's a price tag for him. You got to give up 2 first-round picks, and you got to pay him $200+ million guaranteed. Who's going to be willing to do that?
Well, that's reported.
No, but that's actually a fact, bro.
No, nobody's ever come. He never came out and said that he wanted $200 million guaranteed. Those words have never been spoken. That's all been speculation.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the compensation for him. Like 2 number 1 picks is going to be what it's going to be to take Lamar Jackson. But the money guaranteed. All right, well, not maybe 200+, but I'm talking he's going to want near 200. But he turned down 133 million guaranteed. How much?
I know, I get it, but he could want 5 years, and it couldn't be so much about just getting the guaranteed money at 130. It could just be that he wants the long-term security.
No, it's all about the money. The money.
I don't know though.
No, the security comes with the guaranteed contract.
Okay, agreed.
If you got $133 million guaranteed, you are secured, bro. I don't give a fuck how many years you play. I know 3 years, you're set for life, bro.
Well, here's the thing. There's so many questions because it's all been speculation. He's never said anything. He's never said what he's guaranteed. Now, apparently, he's going to be putting something out on Twitter or his YouTube channel addressing everything going on. But that's
a bad sign.
That's
a bad sign.
I just don't get it. But apparently now he hired an agent that's not part of like the NFL agent group or whatever. And he's now reaching out to teams and apparently now he's saying like, it's not guaranteed. It's not 200 million. So I don't know what it is. I just don't think at this point, I don't even think he wants to go back to the Ravens.
No, why would you?
And I don't blame him.
No, there's blood on the league.
And the Ravens are screwed. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
Look, dude, Do I blame the Ravens? No, I don't.
I don't get it. He's 45-16 as a starter.
Yep.
He won an MVP, has led the league in touchdowns,
Mhm.
been to the playoffs, won a playoff game. Like, there's something going on. And I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it because it doesn't make any sense. You had people jumping out of the building interested in Deshaun Watson, but they're not interested in Lamar Jackson. You have people that will give up 3 first-round picks to go get Trey Lance. You have people giving up 3 first-round picks to get Carson Wentz, to move up and get Robert Griffin, to move up and get all these players. Jamal Adams, when the Jets traded for Jamal Adams, they got 2 first-round picks.
And what you're missing, you're missing something in what you're saying.
What am I missing?
So when you say you're giving up 3 first-round picks for so-and-so player, like an unknown player,
Mhm.
right? Like a rookie, you're missing the financial aspect, because when you pay Lamar Jackson $50 million for 3-4 years of what you will pay a rookie, like, he's getting paid 50 million times 4, it's 200. The rookie's getting what, 25 million. So that's where you're willing to pay, because then you're able to structure your team in those 3-4 years with more cap space. That's exactly why teams do that.
So my rebuttal to that would be, so you would rather take a chance and mortgage your future for 2 or 3 first-round picks and get an unknown, as opposed to getting somebody that you already know is a top 10 quarterback, a star, and has won an MVP.
Yep, it's
for
cheaper.
2 first-rounders.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper.
Well, sometimes you got to pipe her up. It's not always about being frugal and being cheap.
Well, it's a business too.
It is a business.
That's what
but
I'm saying.
sometimes you got to overpay when you really want something. Like, do you want to win? Because that's all I hear is we want to win. We want to win. Okay, well, you can get a player that you know, if the Falcons get Lamar Jackson, they're the favorites in that division. If the Panthers got him, they're the favorites. If the Colts get him, they're I don't know, because of the Jags, but they'd be second, but they'd be right in the running.
Yep.
So for the whole Lamar story, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. You know what you're getting. Why would you take an unknown? Oh yeah, the money. Okay, but
that's
but
why
you're still. So what if you draft Joe Burrow? Yeah, he's on that. But if you get him, you're going to have to pay him.
See, I was on that wave, what you're talking about, but then when I actually thought about it, like the business aspect of the NFL, it makes sense to just pay the piper for the draft picks to get the younger quarterback, because you pay him for nothing.
But either way, you
And
have
can
to
build
pay him
them up.
eventually.
Yeah, you do, but it really depends, because the market fluctuates. It does.
No, I understand that. But either way, like, if you hit a home run on your draft pick, in 4 years, you're paying him.
Sure. But you have 4 years. You got 4 years to kind of sculpt your team to where you could fit his large contract, but also you have pieces that you drafted in the midst of that and you can keep.
Well, but look at a
It's
situation.
team building.
Look at a situation though, like the 49ers. What are they missing?
Well,
they're missing a quarterback. They built their whole team. They missed their whole. They built their whole team and they can't get anywhere.
It's arguable.
Well, they were getting.
I don't think they're missing a quarterback. I think they have 2 quarterbacks. I think they're just trying to figure out who they want to start.
Maybe. I have no idea on that. But that's a bad problem, because if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback.
See, I think it's a good problem.
Was it good for the Eagles?
Yeah, it did. It worked out for the Eagles, because the Eagles,
I guess, in the long run,
for Wentz, they got a 1st-round pick and a 3rd-round pick for a bum, and then they got Jalen Hurts, who's a franchise quarterback.
But at the time, I'm just saying, when you have 2 quarterbacks like that, this one's in, this one's out. You got the team rooting for the backup. When you have 2, you don't have any. Mac Jones and Bailey Zapp, that was a disaster. That's better than the Carson Wentz and Jalen, because Jalen turned out to be a stud. But Bailey Zapp and Mac Jones, the amount of pressure on Mac Jones after he fills Tom Brady's shoes, makes the playoffs, comes back. The team is horrible. It was built horrible. He goes out on an injury. Bailey Zapp throws for 300 yards for 2 games. Then you don't know who your starting quarterback is.
Well, see, I like to see that's a good problem to have, because when your backup quarterback is producing like that, his stock value goes up. So you're able to trade him and make some moves to help your team.
But nobody really,
I'm just saying,
nobody really does that. The last person I think to do a deal like that, I think, is Matt Flynn, where he played good in Green Bay for a few games. Seattle paid him crazy. And then Russell Wilson, that was drafted in the 3rd round, comes in and steals his spot. But they owed Matt Flynn all that money. So, like, it can work either way. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, why would you not take the proven commodity that you know can play at an MVP? Like, I don't think Lamar's MVP years are behind him. He's 26.
And he has 2 injuries. So back-to-back years.
And Deshaun Watson was a rape people. And this one, I'm
not defending that contract. Though. I never defended it.
Kyler Murray has been injured more than Lamar. Lamar's not injury prone. It's just the last 2 years he got injured.
Well, Kyler Murray played chess. So exactly what he did.
Yeah, to a
everybody else was
degree.
playing checkers and waiting for their deal. He got his deal 2 years before.
Well, apparently the whole thing with Lamar too is they were saying that last year or the year before that they were trying to pay him. Again, I don't really know because it's all speculation. Nobody knows how much he's truly asking for or what the holdup is.
I don't think anybody knows his worth. What is his worth? What is his dollar amount?
More than Russell Wilson and more than Kyler Murray. It doesn't have to be Deshaun Watson.
Why would it be more than Russell Wilson?
Because right now he's better. And it's not even an argument. He's Nick. I mean, the only player that has, I think, a better winning percentage than him is Patrick Mahomes.
And where has it gotten him in the postseason? He's never made a title game.
I understand that.
You can't make $200 million and not make a title game. Deshaun Watson is an anomaly. I get it, but that contract is literally what it is. It's an anomaly. It's never going to be happening again.
I understand that, but Josh Allen got paid and has regressed the last 2 years.
Well, Josh Allen's also a fucking.
I don't want to hear it.
He's literally the entire offense.
I understand that, but that's not my problem. No, it's not. He's got Stephon Diggs.
Bro, he puts up way better stats than Lamar Jackson, and it's not even fucking close.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But that's why he got
So
paid.
Do you want stats and regression, or do you want progression and lesser stats?
He went to the title game. Lamar Jackson never even sniffed that, bro.
He did. He was in the divisional round.
And got his ass blown the fuck out.
That wasn't Lamar Jackson, though. That was the defense. Look at Lamar Jackson's numbers from that game. Lamar's numbers in that game against the Titans were good. It was the defense that let them down. The defense got ran all over by Derrick Henry.
Lamar Jackson's against the Titans.
Lamar Jackson against the Titans when we were at Chickies and Pete's.
He played good that game?
I'm pretty positive he did. Go look at his stats.
Let's look at it right now.
Look at it for me. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be highly upset and embarrassed.
So
but that's
lost,
okay.
So the Ravens on that
like
game,
300 something passing.
They lost 28-12. He had 365 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks. And then he had 20 carries for 143 yards.
So he accounted for 500 yards. What am I missing?
He accounted for 500 yards and scored 12 points. What am I missing, dog?
How much what was the final score of that game?
What am I missing?
What was the final score of that game?
28-12.
Okay. His team, now I'm not saying that. He should have put up more than 12, but.
And he was home.
I understand that. But I'm saying is that he still put on, again, with garbage around him.
I don't give a shit about garbage. If you're putting up 500 yards, you were 14-2, you were 7-1 at home, you had a divisional game at home against the Titans, who were 9-7 that year. They were 5-3 on the road, and you lose by 16 points. You should be ashamed of yourself. Absolutely.
So what happened to the Bills?
Yeah, he got 500 yards, but who cares?
Remind me.
It didn't do anything. It wasn't impactful. When Brady lost the Super Bowl to the Eagles, his yards were impactful, because they were always in the game. Yes, they were impactful, bro. He had 505 passing yards, and they were all impactful because they lost by 1 score.
I get that, but he lost.
He lost, but what I'm saying is his yards and his production was impactful to the game. Lamar Jackson's numbers are great, but based on the scoreboard, what did it do for him?
Okay, so I know a team last year that went 14-3. Okay, their quarterback in the divisional round was 25 of 42 for 264 yards, 0 Hector Zeroni touchdowns, and 1 interception. Do you know who that quarterback is?
It's probably Josh Allen.
Thank you. Come on down. Bro. No, I'm not comparing them. I'm just comparing that. Would you rather have a guy that went for 500 yards and put up 12 and he's trash, or would you rather have a guy put up 10, no touchdowns, 264 yards, and a pick? I mean, come on, but that's what I'm saying is that nobody believes in Lamar Jackson, the thrower. So they're over analyzing and being almost outsmarting themselves. Lamar Jackson's an underrated thrower, and he's a top 10 quarterback. He's a former MVP. His best days are not behind him, and nobody wants him. It doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense, though, Mike. Look at the stats. The stats tell the whole story, bro. He hasn't thrown over 3,000 yards since 2019.
He's missed games.
That's exactly why he's not getting paid, because when you are a running quarterback and you are getting injured this early on, and your price tag commands 2 first-round picks along with a huge guaranteed contract, teams are going to say, fuck no. So all day long, bro.
So would you rather have...
And I think Lamar Jackson is very talented. I think he's an awesome quarterback, but I think he is, well above what everybody's talking about, because I don't see it, dude. You haven't thrown... His highest passing total was 3,127 yards. Josh Allen has that in 12 games in the season.
Okay.
That's what...
And where's it gotten him? It got him the one title game, Nick.
And it's more than Lamar.
And he's 52-25 as a starter. Lamar Jackson's 45-16.
Okay.
What I mean, so would you rather be 45-16 and have a little bit less passing yards, or would you rather be 52-25 and have 2,000 more passing yards? I want the wins. I don't care if it's pretty. Give me the wins.
I want the 55-25 because that gave me more experience.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Oh my God, dude, you're unbelievable.
Did it not?
No, it
Why
didn't.
not? It got me far. I was farther in the playoffs. I experienced a title game. I know what it's like. I know the atmosphere. I was on the road. It wasn't like Josh Allen lost at home on a title game. He lost on the road to a respectful
and that was 2 years ago.
Who happens to be on a dynasty run.
And now he's regressing. Totally regressing. Led the league in turnovers. Leading the league in turnovers.
According to what?
Leading the league in turnovers and not making it past or to the AFC title game in 2 years.
So you're saying he's regressing
absolutely
as a quarterback?
Absolutely, he has.
Because of his turnovers?
Do good quarterbacks turn the ball over?
Okay, so if you want to say regressing is one less touchdown and one less pick, then be my guest.
Yeah. Okay. So his interceptions are high still.
No, they went down by one.
So Nick,
his touchdown went down.
Oh, regressing, and he went down in wins.
He is as fucking consistent as you can be, bro.
Yeah, he's a second round exit.
The last 3 years, he's been excellent. 4,500 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 4,400 passing yards, 36 touchdowns, 4,300 passing yards, and 35 touchdowns. That is model of consistency. I know what you mean about the.
So if I'm hearing you correctly,
the picks, he's averaging 13 a year. He had 10,
One
15, and 14. Okay, but the guy is getting you 4,000 fucking passing yards guaranteed, along with like 1,000 rushing yards.
And Lamar Jackson's giving you 3,000 passing yards.
No, he's not even
missing
doing that.
those games.
No, he's not even doing
and running.
That. He's not even doing
and
that.
Josh Allen's doing it with Stephon Diggs, and Lamar Jackson's doing it with Rashad Bateman.
Okay, so Lamar Jackson played 12 games and has 2,242 passing yards. Come on, bro. These are Baker Mayfield numbers.
Who were his wide receivers?
These are Baker Mayfield numbers.
I don't care. That don't bother me. I like Baker Mayfield.
I'm not saying, what I'm saying is these are Baker Mayfield numbers.
Where are his? Josh Allen would have the same exact shit on the Ravens.
That's really cap.
No,
bro.
It's really not.
You think Josh Allen would have 17 touchdown passes on
Probably,
the Ravens?
Dude, the wide receivers are horrible. The wide receivers are horrible.
Mark Andrews would be even better.
So
he would throw him open. Bro, Josh Allen is very good, dude. Like,
I'm not saying that he isn't.
Look, bro, you're getting it confused. But when we're talking about a big contract like this, you have to be weary about certain things. The guy hasn't thrown for more than 3,000 passing yards since 2019, bro. He hasn't done that. And you want
and he's 45-16 though, but he's winning the game
because they have a good defense. The Ravens have a good system. Lamar fits that system. The offense is tailored around Lamar Jackson's skill set. That's why. That's why they're successful. They're able to chew the clock, play good defense. That's complementary football. The Ravens have always played complementary football, Mike.
Well, where was that complementary last year?
They've never been a high offense and terrible defense team. They've always had a really good defense.
And that's why they're not going to win shit, because that's not what the NFL is anymore. You need wide receivers.
Well, look,
the Ravens have never had a Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Well, that's not something I can't comment on that.
No,
that's not something I don't know. I don't know about that.
That nobody really knows how effective Lamar is. Mark Andrews is what? At worst, the third best tight end in the league. At worst, he's the third best tight end in the league. Yeah. Who's throwing him the ball? How is he racking up all those touchdowns, all those numbers, all those yards? I don't understand it. Somebody's throwing him the ball.
Well,
a
quarterback's best friend is the tight end.
I understand that.
So that's why.
Would Mark Andrews' numbers drop off if he had Tyler Huntley all year next year?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Why?
Because Tyler Huntley might be a little bit more hesitant to throw the ball.
Or he's just not as good as Lamar Jackson.
Well, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews have a much better rapport than
obviously
with Huntley.
I know. I'm just saying I would like to see Lamar have a fair chance with a dynamic wide receiver, because Josh Allen was trash his rookie year. He didn't have Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen did not burst onto the scene and pop until Stephon Diggs got there. That is a fact, and it's a fair criticism. And I'm not saying that to hate on Josh Allen. I'm just simply saying it because
Stephon Diggs got better with Josh Allen.
He absolutely did.
He was with the Vikings.
Stephon Diggs upped his game too. But Josh Allen is head and shoulders.
Stephon Diggs was never regarded as a top 5 wide receiver before he went to the Bills.
Agreed.
Was never.
Agreed.
Now he's like top 3. And that's because it's predicated on the quarterback that's throwing the ball. It helps, bro. You need
But
that.
if the Bills lost Stephon Diggs, do you think Josh Allen would throw for 5,500 yards? Do you really think that he would have the same exact numbers? Because his interceptions would go up.
No, I don't think he would have the same numbers because you do need good players around you.
So,
I get it.
But that's my argument with Lamar Jackson, bro.
But what you're saying is, all right, well, why don't you take a shot? Okay, you know how very expensive that shot is?
So you take a shot for Jamal Adams and Jalen Ramsey? They gave up 2 first-round picks, and then Jalen Ramsey got $20 million a year. It's been done. Why is it not? Why can you do it for a cornerback, but you can't do it for a star quarterback?
Because teams make mistakes, and teams realize that.
Really? They got a Super Bowl out of that. Was that a mistake?
No,
I don't think the Rams made a mistake.
So you're twisting my words.
No.
Jamal Adams was a mistake.
I understand that. Jalen Ramsey wasn't.
Jalen Ramsey, they overpaid for him, yes, but they got a ring out of it.
He was
That's
locked
all
down.
You need.
Jalen Ramsey was locked down. He was the best cornerback in the game at the time.
Arguable.
You could argue him and Gilmore were the rivals.
Yeah, arguable. I would say Gilmore, but
yeah. I know that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying you could at least say at worst he was the second best. So he deserved to get paid.
Right.
But my point is that they have made those trades before for less of an impactful player. I mean, who's going to be more impactful? An MVP quarterback or a cornerback?
But when you give up 2 first-round picks, Jalen Ramsey didn't go for 2 first-round picks, did he?
Yeah, to the Rams.
Two first?
He got 2 first-round picks. He played out his rookie year, and then he signed the big deal.
Well, that makes sense then because he played out his rookie.
I think anyway. I don't know if he got signed. I think he got signed the year after in that offseason.
Right. A cornerback is much less than a quarterback.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like
that's what I'm saying.
You're paying for a corner, but you're not paying for a quarter.
Because it's much less.
Much less what? Money? Oh, much less money.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's why.
But even so,
because you got to build a team.
I understand that, but paying a cornerback $20 million is a lot. Like Jalen Ramsey didn't take a pay cut.
Well, no, they were able to because they had Jared Goff under his rookie deal.
No, Jared Goff got extended with them, didn't he? Jared Goff. They didn't extend Jared Goff?
I don't think so. The Lions.
No. Yes, they did because the Lions took on that massive contract. The Lions didn't extend Jared Goff.
You sure?
Yeah, Jared Goff got extended, I believe, when Carson Wentz did.
Yeah, you're right. 4 years, $134 million. He got it at the end of 2018.
For real. With Carson Wentz.
Yeah, when they went to the Super Bowl.
Him.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what I'm saying is that it has been done.
Look, I get it, but when you look at the history of it, it doesn't look good for Lamar. It just doesn't. To me, everything that's going on just makes total sense to me, and it's not because I'm taking the fan out of it. I'm looking at it from a business perspective.
So am I, and we just differ on that philosophy, and that's obviously it's whatever. But I'm just saying, if I was running, like if you were running a franchise. And I was running a franchise, I'm taking the proven commodity that I've already seen have massive amounts of success before I'm gambling 3 first-round picks and getting an unknown. Because
it depends on the state of my team, though. Because if my team is, bottom 5 right now, and I'm going to ante up and get a quarterback, that doesn't really move the leverage for me because I'm only at the middle of the pack. I still have to build a team, and free agency already passed.
My point.
So what good does that?
I think Lamar Jackson gets traded after the draft, and it goes back to what I heard Nick Wright say, and it makes total sense. A team that gets Lamar is getting exponentially better the moment he steps into the building. So if you have a high draft pick like the Colts at number 4, and you wait until after the draft and you give him an offer sheet, next year you're thinking that pick's going to be 28, 29, 30, 31. That would make sense. That's when Lamar Jackson is going to get an offer. It's going to be after the draft to one of them high teams. That's what I think.
I don't know about that. All right, so what's his top 5 destinations, you think?
Number 5, I have the Patriots. The reason I have them number 5, and I'm not all in on them, is because it's going to be the same problem that he's running into in Baltimore. Great defense. Wide receivers are terrible.
No tight end either.
Yeah, and no tight end. Number 4, I have the Vikings. I think he will be really good with Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook if Dalvin Cook does return. But I like the other player too. We were talking about him in fantasy. I can't think of his name. Osborne, KJ Osborne. I think he's really good too. Number 3, I have the Jets. Great defense, good skill players. If they can't get Aaron Rodgers, they should turn the page and go look to get Lamar Jackson. 100%. I love the Jets for him. Number 2, I have the Commanders. Good offensive line, good defense, phenomenal skill players. The Commanders, to me, would fit perfect. Mm-hmm. I don't want them in the NFC East at all. I don't want to do that because right now Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC and the overwhelming favorite, in my opinion, for the Eagles to get back to the Super Bowl. And then number 1, the team we were talking about earlier, the 49ers. If Lamar Jackson got traded to the 49ers, they are head and shoulders the favorites to win it all. hands down. Hands down.
I
That
would
defense, those teams, wild. With Kyle Shanahan, come on, bro. You made the NFC Championship game with Mr. Irrelevant, Jimmy G, and Trey Lance.
Yep. And guess what? And when it's cold as fuck out there and the fucking blistering cold in January, and you're going up against a good defense in Philadelphia, good fucking luck, bro.
Do you trust Brock Purdy or Lamar Jackson in Philly? You are so wild, bro.
I mean, you're asking me condescending fucking questions, bro. You're asking me Lamar Jackson or Brock Purdy. What kind of shit is that?
I'm asking you. The 49ers just got.
I'm going to say Brock Purdy, dog.
Well, I don't know what you're going to say because you're telling me that, you got to worry about the cold. I don't know. The 49ers got there perfectly fine with Brock Purdy. I would like to think that Lamar Jackson's a little bit better.
No, well, they didn't. The Niners didn't go through the cold, did they?
They played the Eagles.
Yeah, but
and the NFC Championship game.
I know, but I didn't trust Brock Purdy then. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But I
didn't trust them.
If the 49ers came to anybody's building with Lamar Jackson, they would be feared. I saw Tua play in Buffalo in a snowstorm, and he was fine. Lamar Jackson's better than Tua. He's a better thrower than Tua. He's a better runner than Tua. Again, that's what I'm talking about. With the Lamar shit, it's just being blown way out of proportion. Playing in the cold, injuries, all that. It's unfair.
You talk to me like Lamar Jackson is just great thrower of the football.
I just think he's underrated as a thrower. I think he's an underrated thrower.
He's based on what you are telling me and the energy you are presenting while you're saying what you're saying. To me, he's wildly overrated.
Oh God,
wildly overrated in terms of throwing the football, dude.
No, wildly underrated, bro. He's putting up good enough. Bro, he is 45-16 as a starter and won MVP. Seriously, look at his wide receivers, bro. Like, you have to at least admit that. Look at who he's throwing the ball to.
You tell me Josh Allen's regressing, and you look at Lamar Jackson, you can't tell me he's regressing?
Outside of injuries, no. Outside of injuries, no. I meant with Josh Allen, I meant he's regressing in terms of success. Each of the last 2 years, he's gone down.
Well, so
he got eliminated.
Jackson.
He got eliminated in the divisional round.
So has Lamar.
Because I'm saying that Josh Allen still got paid.
Well, yeah, absolutely. He's a franchise quarterback. You're not gonna let him walk out the building.
And neither is and so is Lamar Jackson.
I know, but the way their situation is, I see why the Ravens are not willing to pay him, bro.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
He played 12 games the last 2 years. He's not available for his team.
Nick.
If I'm paying you $200 million guaranteed and we are in January, we are in a playoff hunt, I fucking need you. I need my $200 million quarterback to be available in January. Point blank. I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to stress about it. He needs to be available.
But my point is that the Cardinals caved on Kyler, and that is the problem, is that Kyler got paid. And who's been more injured than Kyler? And I don't care if it's chess or checkers or he got paid early, he got that. He got paid no matter which way you want to slice it.
I'm not saying Lamar doesn't deserve it. What I'm saying is based on what the Ravens are looking at, I could see why they're moving the way they're moving.
And you know what? I want him to leave the Ravens. So next year when they win 6 games, I could just sit there and laugh and say, you had somebody that could have probably won you some more games.
Hey, look, man, 3 years, $133 million guaranteed. That's not a bad contract to me.
I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know.
You got
it has to come out.
3 years, $133 million guaranteed for 3 fucking years.
Nick, but to them, you have to understand, $133 million is a lot to us, not to them. It's a very different. There are levels.
It's $44 million a year.
I understand that.
With your running style, that's a slam dunk. Because at any moment in those seasons, you get hurt.
But
you are guaranteed $133 million.
I get that. But he has said this. So has Rashad Bateman. They were saying that they wanted the team to throw more, but the offensive coordinator was running it all the time.
Because that's his specialty.
No, it's because they don't have wide receivers to throw the ball to.
It's because that's exactly what he's very good at. That you want to use your strength.
No shit.
That's the point.
But Nick, I don't know. But he doesn't have wide receivers to throw the ball. And we can argue this.
You got to, as a quarterback, you got to be the leader to get your wide receivers up to speed. I don't care who you're throwing to. It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. As a quarterback,
Nick, I swear to God, if Josh Allen was throwing to Isaiah McKenzie and fucking Gabe Davis, he would not be throwing for 5,000 yards. He would have trouble getting to 4,000.
He'd be all right.
No. You didn't say that with your chest, and you said he would be all right.
He'll be all right.
Because you know that.
I trust the talent in Josh Allen, bro. I like what he does on the football field.
Give me your 5 teams, please. Because my heart's racing. Give me your 5 teams.
So, number 1, I got Atlanta Falcons. To me, it's a slam dunk. He would fit perfectly with Atlanta.
I actually should have mentioned them over the
Perfectly with Atlanta. Marcus Mariota had some pretty decent success, I would say, in Atlanta for his first year. I know it didn't amount to a contract extension or anything, and they didn't make the playoffs, but Marcus Mariota, to me, played decent enough, but Lamar Jackson and him had the similar skill set. I think Lamar Jackson in that system would put the Falcons at least the favorites in the South. And they would be one of the scary teams because they got Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Tyler Algier, who's slept on, and they got other. They actually
have good skill players.
They got cap space to move around too. So I like the Falcons. 2, I would say stay put with the Ravens. Familiarity with the system, and it's home to him. He's been there for his whole career, 5 years. 3, now this is where things get interesting, and then this is where I thought to the Adam Thielen thing, and I feel like Lamar. I feel like Carolina might be in pursue mode. I know the GM came out.
How could they get him though?
Number 1 pick overall. There you go. Right. Here's your number 1 pick. Give us Lamar Jackson.
Do you think they would actually take that?
Well,
but at that point, you could. But at that point, no. You're missing. You just gave up that first round pick, 2 more first and 2 more seconds, and DJ Moore.
Well, what if you just said, "Fuck, man, we made a mistake. I don't really like any of these kids, and if we can get Lamar Jackson for the number 1 overall pick, I'll take him."
That's really bad management because you could have got him for less. I know you're saying,
that was the first thing I thought of when Adam Thielen said that. I was like, man, maybe he knows something. Like, maybe he thinks.
Well, that's theory.
Maybe he thinks Carolina is going to go after Lamar Jackson. He's thinking if we get Lamar Jackson, we can run the football. We have a good defense. We score some points. We're going to be very good.
And what's crazy,
we're in a weak ass division.
I think they would be obviously be the favorites in the division, but I think it's a similar situation. No skill players. Miles Sanders is good, but come on, bro. Adam Thielen, he's past, bro.
You got to make your teammates better.
He's over the hill.
If you're making $200 million, you got to make them better.
He will make them better, but there's a difference between making them better and setting unrealistic expectations.
Like what?
Adam Thielen isn't going to turn into a 1,500-yard wide receiver.
But what's the unrealistic expectation? So if you get Lamar Jackson, you got to be thinking Super Bowl, right?
Absolutely. Right. But you need to have skill players around you. It's the same exact team as the Ravens.
So if Lamar Jackson goes to the Panthers, you don't think they're a Super Bowl contender right now?
No.
Why?
They don't have enough on offense.
Well, if you're worth $200 million, bro, and you are fighting tooth and nail for your contract, you better be the.
Well, he obviously believes that, but Josh Allen wouldn't make them a Super Bowl contender. Joe Burrow wouldn't make them a Super Bowl contender. You're out of your fucking mind.
Those 2 quarterbacks you mentioned right there.
I have a hard time believing Josh Allen can't go to the Super Bowl with Stephon Diggs and he's going to do it with Adam fucking Thielen.
Oh, it's a different conference and a different.
Oh, yeah, different conference. That makes all the difference.
It does. It does. The AFC is stacked, bro.
You're really amazing. You're an amazing human being.
The AFC is stacked, Mike.
I don't know. I watched them go up against what's that quarterback's name? That third stringer?
Skylar Thompson.
I watched him go in a dogfight with Skylar Thompson.
It was one of those mediocre games.
I know. There's always something. That's amazing.
You played down the competition.
Not if you're 200 million. You got to play up.
It happened.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Who's your 4th team, brother? I love you so much. I really do. You're so amazing.
But yeah, I think Carolina would be really interesting.
If they did that, they are they will be made fun of for a long time.
It would be really interesting because those comments that he made were very eye-opening.
I do love the theory, though. I really do.
So that would be cool. I mean, number 1 overall pick is really hefty for a 26-year-old. But then again.
But no, Nick, it's not even that. It's what you did before that because at that point, you gave up 5 picks and your best player.
Yeah.
And DJ Moore.
At that point, it really doesn't make any sense to go get him because you lost a wide receiver as you're trying to build.
That's what I'm saying.
But you never know. Mm-hmm. Things get really weird in the NFL, and you don't know who's thinking what. 4, I got the Commanders. I agree with you. Their skill position players are amazing, and they would be great. Jahan Dotson,
dude, they would be if you put Lamar Jackson on the Commanders, they would be probably, I would say, the 2nd favorite to win the conference.
No, I disagree.
Who besides the Eagles? Who would you put that you would say definitively is better than the Commanders?
The Niners.
Not with that quarterback situation.
No
I don't know.
Way.
I don't know. So? I don't know. I really don't know. I think if Lamar Jackson was on the Commanders, they would be behind the Eagles to win the NFC.
I would disagree with that because Lamar Jackson against the Niners defense, I think that would be really tough matchup.
Who bust them wide open?
Yeah, well, you got to throw for it.
Mm-hmm. He can.
Yeah, we'll see.
You'll see.
Number 5 is the Colts. I think the Colts would be very really intriguing with Shane Steichen. And they got Jonathan Taylor. They got Michael Pittman, who I think the world of. And I like the kid Alec Pierce, their wide receiver, little shifty white little dude. He just gets open. I like those kind of players because they just move the fucking chains. I talk about it all the time. If you can throw a guy like that open and you can move the chains, you tells me everything I need to know about a quarterback right there.
Here's the only issue I have with that. I like Alec Pierce, but the Colts still have a bottom 5 wide receiver group. They still need one more piece. They need another guy. Pittman's not a 1. Pittman's an excellent 2. Pittman's not a 1. And that's okay because Pittman's a really, really good wide receiver.
I think he's a 2, but yeah.
He's a good wide receiver. But I would need something else. Then I believe Alec Pierce could thrive. Because like you're saying, he could take on, like imagine if they had Devontae or they had D-Hop. He could take on the, what's the dude's name in Oakland that we like? Renfro. He could take on the Henfro role, the Wes Welkers, the Danny Amendol's. I think he could really do that. I think he would be great at it. But they need to get deeper at that. All right.
But yeah, those are my 5 destinations. Any other team that you want to mention or on top of your head that you could think of?
No, I went off the top. Well, for the 5 that I tried to go away from all the teams that have been mentioned because there's no movement. So I'm just thinking of other teams that could get into the flow.
All right. So to end the conversation of Lamar Jackson, this is the last. If you had to predict where he's going to go, where is he going?
Colts.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's playing next year.
For real?
I don't think he's playing, bro. I don't think he's playing.
That's wild, bro. I don't think he's going to sit out, bro. Ruin his career. His career.
Because if he plays, he's not playing with the Ravens. Where's he going to go? Who's trading him? Who's trading for him? Who is doing that?
It's a Colts, bro.
If they don't do it, who's next? What other teams? Remember when Lamar Jackson, the free agency kicked off, and he had a bunch of teams saying they were not interested in Lamar Jackson.
I know, but I think it's deeper than that.
Well,
you know who's a team that there's what about the Texans? No. I know they're going for Bryce Young, but why not?
Texans?
Why not? Well, no, they just traded Brandon Cook, so they're in full rebuild mode. But I'm just saying.
But yeah, I don't know if he's going to play, man. I gotta be honest with you. The way things look right now with him is very murky. The water's murky.
I agree. It is.
The water's very murky. It's confusing
because the information is so spotty and nobody really knows.
And he's not going to sign the tender because if he signs the tender and he doesn't show up for the volunteer for the workouts, he's getting fucking fined for that. So he's not going to sign shit until he is secured in his contract. Yeah. And I don't see right now any avenue of anything moving. It looks like to me teams are moving in different directions, gearing up for the draft and trying to fill the rest of their roster with the remaining cap space.
I think some team will get him after the draft. That's just what I believe. He's too good and too talented.
And what happens if no team gets him during draft night?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Do the Ravens say, "Oh, well, guess what? I guess we have to pay him because nobody wants him." They're not going to do
that. Maybe,
that.
But I don't think there's bad blood there, to be honest.
I think there's bad blood too.
From both sides.
Yeah. I don't think he's playing. Weirdly, right now.
We'll see.
Lockout.
Eagles lose CJGJ to the Lions. He thinks the Lions are a little bit more talented than the Eagles, which is complete cat. What do you think about this? Do you think this hurts the Eagles? Because I don't.
No, absolutely. It hurts the Eagles. I mean, it definitely makes their defense a lot weaker in the back end and the secondary. You only have Reed Blankenship. He's good.
He can hit.
He's good, but you need a safety opposite of him because
we can bring back Jalen Mills. We can go get Byard from Tennessee.
But they don't have the same impact because CJGJ, he was a hitter. He was a hitter. You knew his presence was felt.
I agree.
He made his presence felt in the secondary. So yes, I definitely think it's going to be a big loss for him in terms of the secondary. But overall, I don't think it hinders the Eagles to not go back to the Super Bowl.
No, not at all.
Look, a move like that, but
you got Bradbury, you got Slay, Jordan Davis is going to step up. Nakobe Dean, I think, is going to be a breakout star.
I mean, look, dude, Gardner Johnson. Yeah, I give the man credit. He came over here as a corner, converted to a safety. You know, he tied the league in interceptions. I mean, that's
is weird. Why wouldn't the Eagles match that?
I'll tell you why. Well, he's an idiot. Gardner Johnson.
He overvalued himself.
This is what happened. This is exactly what happened.
Talk to me, theories.
Gardner Johnson, the Eagles offered CJ Gardner Johnson a 3-year contract. It wasn't what he was looking for, but it was a 3-year deal. Apparently, it was backloaded. So he was
12
getting he was getting $6 million in the first 2 years, 17 million in the third year. But he declined it because he's like, I'm not going to see this third year, which he has a point to say that. But so what happened was he declined the Eagles' offer. The Eagles said, well, we can't wait any longer because we have our own free agents. He tested the market like he wanted to do, and his market was dry. So the Eagles had to go a different direction because the clock was ticking. So they signed Brandon Graham, they signed Fletcher Cox, they signed Bradbury, they signed Slay. They did other moves while he was still looking for his market. By the time that he came back, the Eagles said, so when he got his contract from Detroit, Gardner Johnson, he came back to the Eagles and the Eagles said, nah, we're good. We're not going to match this because the Eagles have changed the fucking game. They have changed the fucking game because now it's going to make players think about the contracts before they decline the fucking contract because you don't know your market until you test it out.
He really overvalued himself.
He fucked himself up because he could have got paid with the Eagles. He could have negotiated something better than that. I mean, I don't think the Eagles were willing to just say, here's one contract and bounce. I'm sure there could have been more negotiations, but you fuck yourself when you decline an offer because now when you want to come back and we say, hey man, we made other moves. We don't have the cash flow. We're not gonna match. We're gonna let you let you walk. That's where you fuck yourself. The Eagles changed the game in free agency. Hats off to them, bro.
But look, here's the thing. They
hit the round of applause for the Eagles, dog. Dead ass. They really fucking changed the game, dog.
Like I said, it's just confusing because they didn't even.
Yo, great shit, Howie. Great shit. That's the way you play fucking hardball.
Howie
because
learned.
Now this is a business. You're not running our shit. You're not gonna hold me captive of my team. Fuck you. You want to test the market? Cool. We'll fix our team up. And if you want to come back and you have an offer and we can't match it, peace the fuck out.
Well, I think the comment too that he made with the Lions being talented, I just think that it's bitter because he didn't want to leave the Eagles. But I think the point is that he overvalued himself. The market wasn't what it was, and then he got butthurt and he left. That's exactly what I think happened.
Well, what happened is exactly what I just said in terms of the contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think that played into it, and then he goes to Detroit. Like, obviously, Detroit's not better than the Eagles. I think Detroit's going to be good next year.
I don't think he was butthurt. I think it makes him look butthurt because he went to the Lions.
But the comment I'm saying.
Of course, because he's trying to cover his ass, bro. He doesn't want to say, oh, yeah, the Eagles declined my offer when I came back because I declined their offer earlier, and the Eagles used all their cap space on other moves. I came back at a later date, and it wasn't the same contract. So they moved on. That's business.
They signed the two biggest ones though.
That is fucking
they have
business.
Bradbury and Slay.
Changed the game, bro. You know how many players hold these teams captive because of shit like this, because of the contracts,
Lamar Jackson,
and doesn't allow them to make other moves because they want this player to stay so bad. The Eagles say, you know what, we love you, we want to keep you, but you know what, we have other moves that we need to do. Your time is ticking, and your time was up. So you know what? Shout out to the Eagles. I thought that was brilliant.
All right, Cowboys get Brandon Cooks for a 5th-round pick. Do you like it or love it? And do you think it moves the needle for them next year? Because I'm torn on this entire thing, to be honest.
I love it. I think it's a great move by getting Brandon Cooks. I got to be honest with you, though, but this wasn't the Cowboys' best move. The Cowboys' best move was getting Stephon Gilmore. I feel like Brandon Cooks was just more of an icing on top because you're getting two veterans who've played in Super Bowls, who've been there, who have experience, have been productive players, have been Pro Bowls to the NFL. And now you're bringing that into a locker room that desperately needs the veteran leadership. I think the Cowboys hit a home run with these trades. They went bargain bin shopping. Yeah. And it's smart, man. They gave up nothing for Gilmore and Cooks.
They went to the dollar boxes.
Yep, bargain bins. I respect it.
I just feel like, look, I think it's a great move, and I love it for them. But I think that a lot of Cook's success will be relying on how Gallup comes back. Like, if Gallup comes back and he's as bad as he was, like Gallup wasn't anything special last year. I think Gallup needs to come back and play well for Cooks to thrive. I really do.
See, I disagree because Brandon Cooks the last, I don't know,
he's been all right. I know
since the Patriot year, that since he was with New England, he's been the number one everywhere he's been, even with the Rams.
That's true.
And then the Texans. Now he's not going to be in number one. He's going to be a lot more open and effective, in my opinion. I love this move for them. The Cowboys get speed. They got CeeDee Lamb. They have Gallup. They're gonna have Pollard. They're not gonna have the confusion of the running backs anymore.
And they got Rojo.
Yeah. So
Mark was hype.
Rojo, really?
Yeah, Mark was hype.
He's off.
Well, I also think that too. I don't think that people understand how big of a loss Kellen Moore is and how different the offense is going to look. Because remember, Mike McCarthy said it himself. He doesn't want to score 40 points a game. He wants to run the ball and keep his defense fresh. That's coming from Mike McCarthy. I didn't say that. I didn't speculate it. I'm not a Dallas hater. Mike McCarthy said that.
Why can't you do that running? Why can't you do that doing his recipe?
I don't want to score 40 points a game and lead the offense in yards and points.
Yeah, but
I want to run the ball.
Why can't you do that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Mike McCarthy's calling plays. We'll see how that works out. But it's a home run signing for Dallas because Brandon Cooks can still play.
I agree.
But I love your point about how he's been the one and now he gets to go. But who do you think's the two between him and Gallup? Do you think Gallup goes to the slot?
I would say yes, because I think Brandon Cooks is more of a burner. I don't see him as
and if
receiver.
Brandon Cooks is
he can play on the outside.
Concussions.
But he's playing on the outside. Yeah, and Gallup's a more big body. I think he can go across the middle a lot more. So I would say Gallup would be the slot. That's
what I think too. But you're also, and like I said, Gallup got his money. CD's going to be getting his money soon. Like you said, losing Zeke.
I think a sleeper loss for the Dallas is Dalton Schultz.
100% going to the Texans.
Yeah, I think it's a sleeper.
So do I. That's a big loss. I mean, they have Ferguson. He's looked all right. Jake Ferguson.
All right, but I like Schultz.
Dalton Schultz is good.
I thought he played really, really well.
Yeah,
I really did. I thought he played really well. And I thought he was Dak's security blanket for Dak.
Dak loves him. He always.
I know. I was surprised they let him go.
I know. All right, we're going on to NBA talk now.
Psychotic-Iconic.
Grizzlies and the Warriors.
Yeah,
I love this. It's fun. I love these two. Do you think they're a rivalry?
Absolutely.
So do I.
And it's not because of like when people say rivalry, it's like, oh well, they have 4 championships and Memphis never won anything.
Corny.
No. A rivalry is 2 motherfuckers that don't fuck with each other. They hate each other. They want to tear your head off every time they see each other. That's all rivalry.
Yep.
And that's how these games are played. And the energy is always up. I love it. This is what basketball is missing. They're missing that intensity, not these fucking jersey swaps, smiling for the cameras, dapping up for the Instagram shit.
I don't mind that.
I do mind that because if I'm losing a fucking basketball game and I just lost, I don't want you to be like, yo, bro, can I have your jersey? Get the fuck out of my face.
But when you pod and you actually make sense, I want you to take your shirt off and give it to me. I want to hang it in my room.
It's fucking crazy.
We could do it. We could do a t-shirt swap.
Theory's worn.
And mine's goatee worn. So no, I think they're a rivalry too. I can't stand the whole this is what Klay Thompson does and counts his rings every 5 seconds.
No, I love that.
That's why I can't stand Klay Thompson.
But that's part of this shit talk, dude.
I get it.
Being at the park and you beat my team 4 times.
Regular.
And I'm sitting here talking shit to you and you go like this.
I got 4 rings.
Yeah, that's like shit talking.
It's just Klay for me,
it looks
bro.
Corny because he's a grown man.
Yeah.
It looks the optical of it looks like it's corny because he's a grown adult doing this. But it's a kid's game.
It's a kid's game.
That's what people felt.
I love it because it's finally like when they get on there, like I feel like they actually are playing so intense and so hard and they really want to win. Now I know they all do, but it's just like there's that extra gear when those 2 teams play.
I love it.
And they've eliminated each other the last 2 years in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. I want to see him go back.
Oh my God!
Again.
I know. Let's go at it.
I love that saying.
And Ja Morant comes back tomorrow. He's healed. Totally healed.
He's back
tomorrow.
Well,
he's cured. He learned how to deal with his stress in 37 hours.
God works miracles, brother.
He does.
He does.
We will see. All right, moving on to the Sixers. Winners 8 of their last 9. They should have won last night, but nobody showed up besides Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's now the betting favorite to win MVP, as he should be.
Yeah.
All he has to do is not fall off, and he wins the MVP over the next 10 games. I think he will win it. Obviously, I think you do too.
Yeah.
Who do you think that Sixers should fear the most in the East if they were in the conference finals?
Wow. The Bucks. Giannis
We're different again.
I think Giannis is the best player in the league.
Cap. I mean, no, not Cap. No, he is.
I think Giannis is the best.
Head and shoulders.
Yeah, I would say the Bucks. They're tough, man. They got a deep team. I really like them.
I think it's the Celtics still, and the Celtics been real in a little bit.
No, they'll beat us in the second round.
That's my point, dude. That's my point.
Well, you said the Eastern Conference Finals.
I know.
If we get to that point, then
I think we match up better with the Bucks than the Celtics. But for whatever reason, I don't know why the Sixers cannot beat the Celtics. Like, I don't even have confidence that we could get to a game 7 with them because they just find ways to win.
I mean, it's a struggle to beat the Bucks too.
I understand that, but it's not like I wouldn't be. It's just, I don't know. When we play the Bucks and we lose, I'm like, all right, they got the best player. It is what it is. But when we lose to the Celtics, I'm like, we should be able to beat this team. Why can't we beat this team? Because I always feel like we're up by 10 or 12 points in the third quarter. And then I go to the bathroom and I come back and we're losing by 7. Like, do you feel that way with the Celtics, that they just have our number?
I just never have confidence when we play the Celtics. I always feel like we're going to lose.
If we match up with them in the second round, I'm going to pull my hair out.
No, seriously. No, it's a fucking great idea. Every time the Sixers play the Celtics, I'm going to bet the Celtics.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because I know they're going to lose.
You're the ultimate jinx.
And then the Sixers are going to win. I'm the ultimate
And
jinx,
you should bet Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and all them to have like over 25 points because you know they're going to have under.
Oh, yeah. You know they're going to flop.
That's a good theory.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mr. One Leg.
I'll lose bread in the process, but at least the process moves on.
It's worth it. Trust your process. Trust your system. All right. So what do you think about, let's go to the Suns now. What do you think a ring would do for Kevin Durant's legacy? Do you think it would enhance it? Do you think it wouldn't do much? Because I think if he were to win,
look, anytime you win a ring, it's going to enhance
your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You were going? I thought he asked me. Did he ask me?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Please
sorry.
go.
No,
Please go.
No.
So I was going to say that I think if he won the title with the Suns, I think it would make everything with his legacy, all the questions, be put to rest forever. Because I feel like it would be his first valid ring where there was no questions. Because the Suns can't win the championship without him.
I agree. So,
and it would be their first title.
Look, dude, anytime you win a ring, it always going to enhance your legacy, no matter what. I don't care what it is. It could be a bubble ring, it could be whatever. But
see, you taking shots now.
I didn't take shots.
Okay.
Because I'm not one of those guys that believes the bubble ring was fake. You won a title. Period. It doesn't matter. You were the last team standing. That's what counts, right? That's what counts. Like, look, what you thought I was the opposite? You thought I was shitting on the bubble ring? I never shitted on it though.
All right.
Roll tapes. I never.
You haven't. You've come to your senses.
I've never shitted on that ring because I believe if you're the last team standing, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Durant wise, yes, it would matter a lot in terms of where he's out in the all-time list. I don't really think it moves the needle that much, bro.
See, I really do, dude.
I don't. I think Kevin Durant is cemented. I think he's respected. I really do. I
he's
think
respected amongst the peers now, but he's not respected amongst like the older heads.
I disagree with that.
They're always ripping him. Shaq, Charles Barkley, they always rip him.
Do it for TV, but deep down they respect his game. They know what he brings to the table.
Everybody knows Kevin Durant's a great player.
That's what I'm saying. And if he won a ring with the Suns, I don't think it's going to change them ripping him or not.
See, for me, if he wins a championship with the Suns, I think he goes into that legendary status.
I think he's already a legend.
I don't think he's a legend yet.
I think he's a legend, bro.
I don't yet.
I do.
I got to see him do it without Golden
Easy
State.
money sniper.
I just have to. He's great, but I just don't see him as a legend yet. I need him to win with the Suns. Well, actually, no, I don't, because I want the Lakers to win. Or I mean the Sixers or the Lakers. But
it's going to be tough for him because when he comes back from this injury, because he's been gone for a little while and he's with a new team. So that's going to be the camaraderie with the team.
If he wins this championship, it'll be an impressive feat.
Yeah.
Coming from Brooklyn, you hurt your MCL, you come here, you twist your ankle during warmups, you go out for the last 3 weeks of the season, you come back and win a championship.
I got to be honest with you. I think the season's going to end very, very poorly for the Suns.
Really?
I do.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. I know they're top heavy and they don't have a lot of depth, but you have Durant and Booker who can score kind of at will.
I think they're second round exits.
Well, I mean, it depends on who they match up with.
First round, I mean,
them and the Warriors would be a great series.
The first round, I'm not opposed to them losing either. When I watch the Suns, they're good. They're just not. They're not what they were last year.
Well, no, they're broken. Ago. CP has fallen.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton, exactly. You don't know what you're getting.
He's up.
You don't know, and I'm a big fan of DeAndre Ayton. I really am. I think he's a really good player. It's just he's not consistent enough. He's not Aisha enough.
So wait, you're a big fan of him, but you hate Devin Booker.
Yeah.
See, that's the shit I don't understand. Bro.
Why?
Because you love DeAndre Ayton, but yet you fucking hate.
Humble. Because DeAndre Ayton isn't walking around sticking his chest out acting like he's him.
Well, if I score 46 points in the game, yes, I would stick my chest out too.
Bro, anybody could do it. Donovan Mitchell just put up 71.
46 is very impressive.
It is. Well, I mean, bro, Julius Randle just had 57. You think Julius Randle or Devin Booker? Who's better?
Devin Booker.
I think so too.
But
he just put up 57 at the Garden, family.
You'd be surprised by it. I think we would be surprised about who would take Julius Randle over Devin Booker. Because
it's hard because Julius Randle's actually
he's
kind of
really
underrated,
good,
to be honest.
Super underrated.
He kind of is underrated when you look at it because the Knicks, he kind of made the Knicks relevant to a degree. Now, Jalen Brunson, I mean, he brought him to the playoffs 2 years ago, but Jalen Brunson obviously took them up a notch. RJ Barrett got a little bit better. And but Julius Randle's been playing awesome. Julius Randle is actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
He really is.
I forget who he's playing. He was playing
what?
He was playing in some team a couple weeks ago. I think it might have been a Thunder. And he had like 17 points in the first quarter or something like that. Dude, this dude
he can go
fire, bro.
I know. Julius Randle's an underrated player. That's interesting about that Booker comment you made. I'm trying to think.
What, D-Book and Julius Randle?
Yeah, because I'm not a huge Booker fan.
I'm not opposed to taking Julius Randle.
But Julius Randle can do a little bit more. Devin Booker's just a scorer.
And he's awesome at it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's great.
Super out. Dude, he's 28 points he's averaging.
I just think he's sweet.
In terms of what? Like in terms of not being a gangster and fucking.
No. I just don't think Devin Booker has that dog in him, and I don't think Devin Booker can lead a franchise.
See, I disagree.
Well, I know Devin Booker.
I disagree about not having the dog in him. I think you can see the passion when he plays, when he gets amped up. Like that's,
but
that's somebody.
Luka punked him.
What do you mean he punked him? I thought he's gotten his face back.
Family. I'm talking about in the game. Luka dogged him last year.
Well, Luka's also a generational talent.
Fair, but I'm just saying
that's not a knock to say.
Well, the way some people talk about Devin Booker, you would think he's a generational talent.
That's what you're talking about me.
No. You don't think he's a generational talent.
I don't. I love.
I think you overrate him. But
come on, bro. Overrate him is crazy.
Well, he's really good. But people
good.
act like he's a franchise changer. I don't think. Do you think he's a franchise changer? That don't answer my question. Whether or not I think you overrate him. If you think he's a franchise changer, then yes, I think you overrate him.
Yeah, I do because.
So then, I think anyone who thinks Devin Booker is a franchise changer is overrating him.
Well, here's why. You take him off the Suns right now. The Suns aren't even sniffing the playoffs, bro. They're not. They're no shot.
Yeah, because he's their only scorer. He's their only scorer. But if you took him off when Michael Bridges and Cam Thomas were there, no, I still think they may drop a few, but they're relatively hovering 500.
They'll be back in.
Because not for nothing, the way Mikal Bridges has been playing.
Awesome.
I mean,
in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
He looks like a 1. He's awesome.
He upped his game, but he kind of came back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, but which is natural. But hey, not for nothing, the Nets are still fighting in there. I think they're the 6th seed right now. They're ahead of Miami.
The Nets?
Yeah, I think they're the 6th seed right now.
Let's check. The Nets are. Let's see where we're at. This is a podcast. I don't give a fuck about time. So let's see. 39. They're 39 and 30. Yeah, they're 6th seed. So 39 and 32. That's pretty good, bro.
6.
Oh, 6th seed is crazy, dude. They traded Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving
and kind of got better.
And they're the 6th seed. Sincerely.
That's why I told you, bro. Kevin Durant, man, she should have stayed.
Yeah, he could have. So, all right, man, the East is really tight. So is the West.
But all right, back to load management. Damian Lillard potentially shutting it down for the rest of the season because they're out of contention. You like it or love it?
Well, I hate it because if this is
I should say you like it or hate it.
If this behavior is okay, then we can't complain about load management.
That would be load management.
Well, no, he's going to be shutting it down.
Yeah, load management because they're just saying, I guess, like for injury risk.
Well, I mean, load management to me is telling me that you just your body needs a rest. You don't need a rest for like fucking 6 months, bro. Like you just don't. Your next game's in October, 7 months.
October.
Yeah. Right. That's when the season starts. The back end of October.
October.
Right. Yeah. October. See you in October. That's what.
That's the episode. So October.
If that's okay, then the load management thing is never going to be solved.
Yep.
It's never going to be solved.
If the Blazers shut him down, dude, I'm like going to be getting to the point where I don't even want to watch the league anymore because I don't want to support them. Because it's like absolutely ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of playoff contention. So you know what? I'm just not going to play the rest of the year. So when a team stinks and they're 20 and 40, can you just sit out the next? You know what I'm saying? Can you just sit out the rest of the year and just say, you know what, we're out of contention?
That's the point. So you're telling me, so like when we talked about it last week, you were saying, okay, I'm gonna dock your pay for every game you miss.
You could sit out the next 10 games, you don't get paid for one of those games.
No,
I guarantee you he plays.
Well, absolutely.
That's how you fix it.
But again, when we talked about this, we said the NBA GMs, they invest in these players. If the GM is okay saying, all right, we're out of contention, it's not worth the risk of injury and possibly hurt your Achilles like Durant did and lost a whole year. It's not worth it.
Are they going to refund all the tickets to the fans? All the people that bought the tickets, all the season ticket holders, are they going to refund them and just let them play in an empty arena?
It's a great point.
Because if they're not,
look, bro, I'm on your side.
No, I know. Like, if they're not, then whatchamacallit? If they're not going to refund them, then I don't know what to tell you. He shouldn't play. Then he should play. But if he's going to sit out, they should all get refunded. You're protecting your investment. I'm protecting my bank account.
I agree with you. I agree with that. But I just, a lot of people are just basketball fans. So that premise of what you're saying isn't really going to.
Bro, I went to Sixers games and watched Jakar Sampson and Tony Roten.
Yeah, so did I.
And who was the other guy? McDaniel.
I watched Ish Smith.
Ish Smith is wild. And Alexei Shved. I watched these guys, man. I watched them win 10 games.
Yeah.
That was painful.
Yeah, we did, dude.
So, but yeah, those are some dark days. All right, last one before we get out of here. Mario Chalmers goes on the Neighborhood podcast and says that no one in the NBA fears LeBron.
Wow.
This is so
are you
embarrassing.
Asking me how I feel about it?
Yeah. Because I'm so over this topic. I'm really over this question. Because it's corny and it holds no weight. It's so stupid.
Well, look, if nobody fears LeBron, then why do they care where he goes?
Thank you. That's a great point. Thank you.
Right?
I'm so proud. I really am proud of you. That's amazing. Thank you.
Right? That's how I see it. I'm going to end it like that because what else do you want me to say on this? Like, this is ridiculous.
A guy that averaged 9 points a game.
They're saying, oh, yeah, people fear MJ. Man, like, look, bro, they were different cats too, though. Like, the NBA now is a lot more skillful.
100%.
It's
and
not even close.
If LeBron James never goes to the Heat, Mario Chalmers is irrelevant. Like, it's Mario fucking Chalmers. He averaged 9 points.
He helped them.
Nick, he averaged 9 points. I actually like Mario Chalmers until he wasn't scared of the moment.
He wasn't.
But after those comments, can't rock with him no more.
Why?
Because it's so disrespectful for a guy that did so much for 3 different organizations and did so much for him in basketball terms. I mean, what are you talking about in terms of fear? Like, I don't understand it. So when Frank Vogel was on the Pacers and said when they couldn't beat the Heat and they're saying, oh, we're playing the Michael Jordan of our era. We're playing this, that. I don't understand it. What do you mean they don't fear him? Brad Stevens with the Celtics. I mean, LeBron James didn't lose a first-round series until last year when they lost to the Suns, or the year before when the Suns eliminated him. Mm-hmm. That was the first time he ever lost a first-round series. He went to 8 straight finals, 9 in 10 years. What do you mean you don't fear him?
Would you rather be loved or feared?
I would prefer love, but most people say fear because fear lasts longer than love. But I would prefer fear because I'm not somebody that likes to operate off of fear. Just be a normal human being.
Yeah.
You don't need to be scared of me. I don't need to be scared of you. Why can't you just be a normal fucking human?
Yeah. We can all love each other.
Yes, bro. Like, the world, I would operate better if everybody just actually cared about one another.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If people genuinely cared about one another, the world would be a much better place. Instead of going on like Facebook and you go on Gloucester Township Talk and you see 10 people that are 45 years old screaming at each other on a Facebook comment. It's just everybody, like, people operate and love to just like get off on being ignorant and mean and shit to people. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You could be a nice guy and still get what you want. Sometimes I agree. You have to bully your way and do things like that. Cause being nice doesn't always get you to the destination. Like, sometimes you have to be pushy, but.
Well, Gary V would definitely disagree with that.
Well, absolutely. Cause he believes in empathy.
He would say, yeah.
Empathy.
Kindness is the key.
It is to a degree. It is kindness. Look, you can be kind to everybody, but there are times that you have to handle things and you have to be assertive and be dominant. And I understand that, but it's a fine line. You always
got to know that, though. You got to know that, but you got to read the room. It's like, yeah. So what you're saying is that's a strategic feeling. Yeah,
because you can be assertive and still be kind. It's just in that moment you need to get something done, and it's like, okay, I have to handle my business. It's not a time to just be worrying about that.
I got it, man. No, I think the comments by Mario Chalmers are crazy.
He's wild disrespectful.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. LeBron's the best
ever.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that concludes episode 149. Thank you to everybody that was hanging out with us. Theories, send us off.
Oh man, we was potting. We was fucking potting. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms, as you do not want to miss our daily content on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby.